Hey everyone, Lauren here with Enlighten Together. Today I will be discussing the documentary Thrive as well as Enlighten Together activities. Enlighten Together had our weekly broadcast last night. It is currently taking place on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but last night was a unique show because it was the introduction to this idea that I had where I said, we should discuss the documentary once a week. We should watch documentaries on our own time and then come together and discuss them. So this idea and it has actually taken action, and now that's what we're doing. This week's feature film was Thrive. I encourage viewers to watch Thrive and then come together to the show and ultimately bring together different opinions and outlooks on the documentary that we watched. This is really cool, and I'm hoping that over time, as viewers become more accustomed to it, it will gain more support and more involvement. I think that we watch so many shows and documentaries, but we don't gather with people to discuss what we learned. So this was really exciting. I did have a viewer who came, and he said that he did partake in watching the documentary Thrive, so we were able to discuss what went on, and it was really cool because we were on the same page with the information, which is really what I like. I like to be on the same page with people and kind of know where different people are coming from with their outlooks on certain things. But to start off with, I'll just say that Thrive was a documentary that was about so many subjects. It was crazy, the documentary Thrive. I kind of related to Zeitgeist in a sense. It covered a lot of different subjects. It started off with talking about energy fields and forces, and then it got into crop circles and alien sightings, and then it got into the Federal Reserve, the public education system, how our system has really been backed and funded by the original wealthy families here in the U.S., the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds and other families similar to them. So this documentary was pretty intense. It covered a lot of topics, and ultimately I would say that it was a good documentary to watch about the as a way for an introduction to these concepts or things going on in our society here in the world and in the U.S. because I know that a lot of people are not very familiar with the topics relating to the Federal Reserve or how money is created here, how money flows, what is really going on when we take out a loan. A lot of people aren't familiar with that. So I would say that Zeitgeist is a good place to start just to get the bare basics on those subjects. And then, as I said, it's an introduction to all kinds of things. I don't want to claim anything, though, about Zeitgeist, about Thrive claims, and as one of the viewers pointed out in the show, he specifically said that he thought that the film was a bunch of untruths. So, if you watch it, you can see that it does seem to lack credibility, of course. But like I said, I view it more as an introduction to these different subjects, and I don't think that it should be completely turned away because of this. I encourage you to watch Thrive and to just gain this type of insight of what's going on in the film, and then to do more specific research as time goes on. And that is really what I would like to do with Enlighten Together as we progress with the documentary showings and features, is to really hone in on different subjects as time goes on. So as I said, Thrive was really an introduction to topics. Soon I would like to feature documentaries specifically on crop circles, specifically on the Federal Reserve, specifically on the public education system. But it was fun to watch and fun to talk with everybody about the film Thrive. And the next documentary we're going to be watching is Zeitgeist, the first film, and then we will finish off the month with the Zeitgeist films, because I specifically wanted to talk about the Federal Reserve, but again, these documentaries are more of an introduction to it. That's good for people who aren't very familiar with it. Thank you so much for tuning in to. I hope you partake in our live broadcast where we talk about different documentaries. You can go to enlightentogether.com for more information, and I'm also going to be consistently uploading videos here to YouTube about what Enlighten Together is doing, our discussions, and what users are doing to help with Enlighten Together's efforts. You can please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, our broadcasts are Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go to enlightentogether.com for the link to where we are broadcasting on blogtv.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. Enlighten Together hosted